Now, Pacey, the Pathways developer, the initials for the paths might seem easy. I've got them all, noting Hieu's numerous accomplishments, except for EH. But let me state what the others are. Of course, he's a 4-time Distinguished Toastmaster. I believe DL4, it means that he's on level 4 in the dynamic leadership path. He is also on level 3 in the team collaboration path, of which there are 11, by the way.
Completed.
He is level 1 with motivational strategies. And please tell us what EH is.
Engaging humor.
Okay. We were just talking about that. Why, thank you. I haven't known Hieu for very long, but as you can tell, he's very accomplished, very eager to please us all with Toastmasters, and to engage Ramona Smith to come do her presentation a couple months ago. His speech tonight is a combination of that, but I'll let Phyllis, our speech evaluator, tell us about his speech this evening.
The purpose of this project is for the member to reflect on his or her growth during the completion of an entire path, and for the member to share some aspect of his or her growth during the completion of a path. Do you have his introduction?
No, I left that for you.
The title of Hieu's speech is A Marriage of Ramona J. Smith and Hieu Huynh. Provocative title. Our next speaker has been working on Pathways since it launched last year. Tonight, his speech will complete the first path. While reflecting on his path, there are 2 events that shaped the last year. One is Ramona J. Smith winning the World Championship. The other is Hieu winning the area title. He will combine the events through a marriage of Ramona's speech that got her to the finals and his area winning speech, with the speech titled, Not Good Enough Girl Problem. Please welcome Hieu Huynh.
10 to 12 minutes, and the green, yellow, and red. Welcome, Hieu.
What do you do when after you give me your all, it's not good enough? What happens when you've done your absolute best and your efforts still don't suffice? You've been criticized, analyzed, and scrutinized. Every minor detail about you or your performance has been picked apart. Now what? Toastmasters, area director, and anyone who's ever felt like you're not good enough. Did you know when you use someone else's ruler to measure your success, you never add up? We often use other people's rulers to measure our success in relationships, in school and at work, and our family lives. Why? Because we want to please the people who are close to us. And during those times, we actually do measure up. We feel happy, we feel elated, we feel joyous. But during those times when we don't quite measure up, we feel down, defeated, deflated. Ultimately, we want our loved ones to believe in us. But what happens when you've done everything you can and it's still not good enough? Well, for starters, how do you measure it? What constitutes the exact level of good enoughness? Yes, that's the word. How much is enough good to fit the bill? I believe it's completely subjective. For example, I think I'm awesome. I think I'm great. I think I'm wonderful. But there was this girl. We'll call her Tiffany. Tiff was my dream girl. Now, don't look at me like that. You had a dream girl or a dream guy, someone who checked off every box of that list. Tiff was 5'7", 5'8" in heels. She was going to medical school. She sung beautifully in choir at church. And she won the local beauty pageant. Not a bad catch, right? But Tiff thought that I wasn't good enough for her. Why did Tiff think that I was lacking in the area of good enoughness? Well, for starters, when we met, I was an undergrad in college. I didn't even have a car. My only source of income was through my work-study job on campus. However, I was recognized for my volunteer work in the community. I made the dean's list every semester, and I played basketball on the championship basketball team on campus. Yeah, I won the intramural league. All I can think of is, why couldn't Tiff see my potential? All I can say to myself is, really? Really, Tiff? You're going to walk away from all of this? All of this? Can you think of a time when you didn't meet someone else's expectations? How did that make you feel? Did you begin to doubt yourself? Or maybe second guess what it should be in life? Every time we use someone else's ruler to measure our value, it never add up. We have the potential for unlimited greatness. It's about who we are that certifies us. It's not about what we have or what we own. It's about those intangible things, our gifts, our skills, our talents that make us special, amazing, and unique. And once you know what makes you special and unique, the opinions of others will no longer take away from your self-value. Once you embrace the beauty and strength that lies within you, the opinions of others is none of your business. For example, say at work, your boss tells you that presentation was horrible. It was trash, the worst he's ever seen. You won't take it personal. When your coworker tells you that your new idea or policy isn't useful, you won't feel inadequate. When someone tells you that you won't make a good spouse simply because you don't make a certain amount of money or have a certain degree, you'll laugh. Ha! Because you know that they are walking away from all of that. All of that. Good enoughness. I challenge you to start tapping into your unlimited supply. That's my challenge to you. And once you do that, no matter what anyone else says about you, your family, your friends, your fellow Toastmasters, your Tiff, you can break away from those expectations. Because once you know that by being exactly who you are, you have always been good enough. Now that you're good enough, how do you meet your unlimited potential? I know it's not easy. It took me a long time to overcome those obstacles. Have you ever experienced something that's been with you your entire life? Something that no matter how hard you work at it, it always stays with you? You always have a feeling of shame? Back in Vietnam, when I was a little kid, there were lots of other problems. We had to leave and move to America. Here, I started learning English as a little kid. I like to read so I can see the words on the page. I like to watch lots of TV so I can hear what people say. But what would you do if people made fun of the way you talk? I was a quiet child. My mom was worried. My teachers were worried. My imaginary best friend was worried. My teacher gave me some encouragement. She said I was special. And to prove it, she made me stand up in front of the entire class. I could see the kids making funny faces at me. My teacher said, "You can do it. Go ahead." And I did. I could S-P-E-L-L, spell. I could spell so well, I got a nice little trophy as a school spelling bee champ. My teacher had lifted me up, while some of the kids brought me down. "Oh, you think you're so special? You can spell? Well, can you say it? Say G-I-R-L. What? What was that? Speak English. What should have been a triumph in my life turned into a tragedy for life. From school into my professional career, even after years of giving speeches in Toastmasters, I still avoided saying a specific word. Is my ego going to stop me from saying part of the English language? What would you do? I had to swallow my pride and ask for help. Google, how do you pronounce G-I-R-L? I found out it's a very common problem. It's one of the last sounds that young children are able to make. That your child may have a problem all the way up to the 2nd grade. And after that, you may need to get a speech tutor. Just a few years after my 2nd grade, this year, I finally got a speech tutor called YouTube. After months of practice and having you hear my contra speech over and over, you recognize it, right? And over again, I can say girl. Okay, let's get that out of the way. I can say it. Toastmasters, what has been holding you back? Maybe you're afraid that you're not good enough. I believe the way to tap into your unlimited potential is through the support of others by encouraging each other. That's how you do it. For example, I think you are awesome. I think you are great. I think you are wonderful. Palm Beach Advanced Toastmasters, you are more than good enough. You are my dream girl.